Melbourne, with a population nearing 5 million, is Australia's second largest city. It's a true multicultural city and often ranks high on the list of most livable cities in the world. Although there is a lot of urban densification happening in inner Melbourne, the seams are bursting. With an ever-growing population, new housing is commonly single-lot developments in new sprawling fringe suburbs, where standard off-the-plan housing is the norm. So can the market be influenced and the industry inspired to move towards cost-effective, high-performance, net zero energy homes as standard? Well, we're about to find out through our research.
Obviously the main focus of the home,
At the outset of the project, our expert research team met with builder SJD Homes and developer Parkley to workshop a collaborative net zero energy home project planned for the display village of the 750-lot Timbertop development in Officer, about an hour's drive southeast of Melbourne. Together we worked through the process of taking a typical volume home design to a point where it would meet its own energy requirements over the balance of a year in the most cost-effective and industry-accessible way. The aim was to test the building process and understand the cost impacts and the market response.
The zero energy house presents a really good opportunity to do something quite different to, I guess, what the rest of the industry is doing. It certainly becomes a benchmark project for Victoria, as it is the only one that will be showcased here.
The agenda is really to try and prove or show people on a mass market that we can really make a change. And that's what's really exciting me about this project, that as a collective we can really do something that is going to be able to be beneficial to the greater community.
With the plans in place, the build got underway. The research team continued to provide support during the build and track construction costs to ascertain price impacts. 6 months on, and things on site were wrapping up. At this point, the builder conducted an air tightness test and inspection for insulation coverage and consistency, an important consideration for Melbourne with its cold winters, as a well-sealed and insulated building means a more comfortable and efficient home. Surprisingly, this simple and low-cost verification process is not required under building regulation, and as a result, is not commonly undertaken. The house passed the test with excellent results, and I planned my final visit to meet with the builder and developer to learn more about the process and market interest.
Well, I think that the integrity of the shell of the house is something that we really concentrated on and made sure it was airtight. So when you do the insulation and you wrap the house, we had to make sure there was no draft. So we did that during the course of construction. We actually put a silicone barrier between the slab and the frame. Windows are a huge thing. That's probably always the weak link in the chain. So it was important that we made sure that we had the double glazing. We've got induction cooktops here. We've got split systems right throughout the house. And all of the appliances are all highly energy efficient. We have a heat pump. Heat pump was very much a learning curve for us. So there was a range of things. There wasn't one thing. It was a range of not only the construction process, but the other things that we put on the house or in the house that made it different from our normal construction.
The retail cost difference between a business-as-usual new home and this net zero energy home was just under $20,000, or 8%, with a payback period through savings on energy bills estimated to be around 10 years. The energy-efficient design and fit-out resulted in an estimated 57% reduction in annual energy demand. In addition to cost and performance analysis, the process of the build is also important to understand.
The first time when you do anything, it's always a learning curve. And we wanted to do this right, so we took our time, and as I said, we got some independent help and assessments. So the first one did take a little bit longer, but we've actually incorporated this into a lot of our new homes, and we're trying to make a lot of these as our normal practices now. And it's no big deal.
So what was the market response to this innovative display home?
It's been good. It certainly could have been stronger, I guess, when the opportunity for the zero energy house arose. There were limitations probably around just the location. The display village here was coming towards the end of its life cycle, but nevertheless it was something that we held of interest for more so for future projects. So we think it's a great initiative. The feedback has been good, but working with SJD we've kind of identified that having a future land sales office nearby in one of our newer projects will just provide a better opportunity to get wider exposure to the market and perhaps better levels of interest. So that's something that we've pursued on the back of this project.
Do you see the market requesting these types of changes?
Not as much as I'd like. I think we need to be honest in this, and we've been open now for several months, and there was a lot of interest at the beginning, but we've seen that interest is waning a bit. We've educated all of our salespeople, so any of our displays as they're walking through, we can talk to people about this type of thing. And I've got to say, a lot of the time it's not their hot button. It's the new shiny things, as I said, the bench tops and other things like that seem to be really people's hot button, more so than the energy efficiencies that we're talking. The problem with change is everyone's scared of it. And I think the beauty of this little exercise has shown us that you don't have to change massively to make some very tangible benefits. And I think that's where the industry will adopt this, if they can see what actually we're talking about, if they can see the tangibles. It's not hard, it's not a massive leap to go to that next level. And I think that if the industry understands that if they are nearly self-regulating and they are the ones that are doing this voluntarily, then the need for regulation will actually probably be lessened.
With the market response to high-performance homes appearing weak, many might ask, what role can greater regulation play in moving the industry forward? And what are the benefits to the economy as a whole if we see greater uptake of energy efficiency in housing? Perhaps more importantly, what are the opportunity costs of inaction? Go to the Mainstreaming Net Zero Energy Homes page on the Josh's House website to find out more information, including our full case study reports at joshshouse.com.au.